Hello YouTubers, Zeltrax Millennium back with a review, vlog, or an unboxing. Please be sure to rate, comment, and subscribe, and I hope you all enjoy the video. Hello YouTubers, Zeltrax Millennium here, back with a new review for you. Yeah, finally a new one. This time we're taking a look at Transformers Dark of the Moon, CrankCase. Well, actually it's Deluxe CrankCase, but you get the point. But yeah, CrankCase is one of the new guys from the Dark of the Moon movie, which sadly has been pushed forward to June 29th, I believe. So yeah. I'm sure you already know the horror stories about CrankCase and his middle finger getting chopped off, so down below will be a link to Cybertron.com, not the actual spelling that it is in the cartoon, but an alternate spelling where you can actually go to a page into that forum where you can actually look at some box numbers, and hopefully you can write those down so that way you will get a CrankCase that doesn't have his middle finger chopped off. So, anywho, yeah. Taking a look at CrankCase's bio, since I actually have the card, and I still can't see it. I'll just read it to you. As an expert tracker and infiltrator, CrankCase serves Megatron from the shadows. Unseen and never recognized, he watches the Autobots and reports their movements back to his master. He rarely engages in combat, but when he does, it is swift, terrible, and final. Wow. So, yeah. Flip that back. And his alt mode is a... What is his alt mode? Chevy Suburban? Okay. I can dig that. A very nice Chevy Suburban mode. It's obviously a high roller since the wheels are not where they should be. And nice detailing on this thing. You got where the windows should be. It doesn't look like it's translucent plastic. I think molded in door handles. Nice painted in backlights. Siren bars, I guess. Yeah. Translucent headlights in the front, though it's kind of like it's got paint for the actual ones, I guess, yeah. Grill's not painted, sadly, and there's actually the Chevy logo right there, but they didn't paint that. I'll have to add that in myself. And overall, this guy's really nice. Obvious robot junk. Yeah, he does come with this little mech tech weapon, which I kind of like since it goes from a gun to a claw. But sadly, since he's not a Voyager-class Transformer, it snaps right back. So that's sad. He does have two mech tech ports in the top of his car mode here, so it can plug in there, or in the other way. Though it's kind of tough on the other one. So, anywho, yeah, CrankCase can roll really good, but I think it's only recommended on a different kind of surface than the table here, since I don't think it's not, because I don't think it's working. Well, one wheel's working, so, excuse me. So yeah, not a whole lot to say. Let's go to robot mode. Now we have CrankCase in robot mode. Now, I gotta say, this robot mode kind of reminds me of someone familiar. Oh, maybe it's Predator because of the dreadlocks thing. Yeah, he has dreadlocks. Ain't that weird? And yeah, his dreadlocks are made out of a soft, malleable plastic, which will kind of bend into place if you leave it in one place for too long. Like under the hood of his vehicle mode. Yeah, that'll be a problem. I actually had a problem trying to get his dreadlocks to do just this off camera, so yeah. Also, his little pincer things here that kind of remind me of one of the Insecticons are made of the same malleable plastic, but they do articulate a little bit. They go up and down, 360. You gotta move these things a whole bunch when you try to transform this guy back. And yeah, his hands. follow the links down below to Cybertron.com to find a crankcase which doesn't have his middle finger chopped off. If you see, when you see his finger chopped off, you'll probably know why. So yeah, crankcase's detailing, it is amazing. Nice organic hydraulic detailing all over the place. The top of his legs are a little drab though, but nice legs, or nice forelegs. Nice 3-fingered toes. The arms are nice, though they're slabs of the car. His head's nice. Kind of reminds me of, well, actually, the head kind of reminds me of the Predator because of the dreadlocks, and also the head because of, Kazadi from, Terminator O's. So, yeah. Oh, no, yeah. You may have noticed something.
Light piping!
Yep, Crankcase certainly does have some evil light piping with those 4 eyes. Yeah. So, how's his articulation? Well, it's actually kind of nice. He's actually got a little bit of a swivel here up at the shoulder, if you move his dreadlocks out of the way. His arms, if you move the dreadlocks out of the way, his arms can go about that high, which is awesome. Goes off the screen for a second. Let me move the dreadlock back into place. Right here is a ball joint, so it can go all over the place. It's got a bicep swivel, except that happens. Yeah, because of these huge door slabs on the sides of his arms, turning the arm will be kind of a challenge unless you can figure out a way to not make the arm fall off. So yeah, elbows can bend at one joint. The wrist can go in and out. Fingers, yeah. He has no waist articulation, but his legs can go back that far, forward that far, high front kick. Yeah, he's got a swivel at the top of the leg, though it's kind of like the same thing as the arm, so be careful. Though I think this is a lot more secure than the leg. Or now it's my dog Willow shaking her collar. Oh, she stopped. Anywho, back to the articulation. He's got like a really weird, interesting knee joint system, where there's one joint here, and then there's another joint here. So it's kind of like a double joint, though it's kind of a weird double joint. I like that. I like that about Crankcase. And his head is on a swivel joint, so it can go a full 360, but his dreadlocks get in the way. So, yeah. Also, you may have noticed the 2 holes in his arms. That's where the MechTech weapon comes into play. I like to traditionally have MechTech weapon dudes in the right hand, because that's the generally accepted place to put a gun. And then obviously you can turn it into a claw, but it doesn't really work, so I just have it as a gun. So yeah, what do I think of Crankcase in the toy line so far? It's still kind of early for me. I'm actually loving Crankcase so far, and I'm actually looking forward to like a few more Dark of the Moon toys. But for right now, none of them are really interesting to me, like the NASCAR Transformers or Bumblebee. I'm actually hoping I can find a home for the Decepticons Battle Blades Bumblebee, because that seems to me like the definitive version of Bumblebee. So yeah, Zeltrex Millennium saying goodnight. Later. This guy's recommended. Bye.